Alright, I got a new toy, and we're going to go over it. It's one of the rarer ones out there. I think there's only one YouTube video on this. I mean, you can find the regular ones all day for about 540 bucks, but this is the SDP version from the CZC Custom Shop, and these are MSRP'd at 1,425 bucks. Once in a while you can find them used for 1,300. I know there's some people on broker right now that want 1,700 for them, but yeah, there are not many out there. I got a hell of a deal on this one, so I grabbed it as fast as I could, and I've been yeah, very happy with it. Basically, it'll still come in the normal CZ box, because it was a regular P01 at one point, but this is the Custom Shop sticker. Self-defense pistol is the SDP on it, and basically they're gonna, they start with the standard one, and then it's gonna have the competition hammer, which they customize to work with the decocker, and the single action they bring it down to, on this one, is 3.5 pounds, and the double action is 8.5 pounds. They have written on the paper. So the firing pin block is smooth out, polished. They do put the Heine rear sight, the Slant Pro, on the rear, and they do have to mill out the slide a little bit to get it to fit. And then the front is just a Trigicon. Yeah, it's the dot the eye or the figure 8 sights, but they are both tritium in the front and the rear. And I've had this kind of sight alignment on what did it have on one of my cars, or actually two of them, and I don't mind it. I like it, so we'll see how I shoot with this thing. I still have not shot it yet, but yeah, tritium front and rear. It's got these aluminum compact grips. Usually the regular P01 comes with the big fat rubber grips, but man, this thing really makes it smaller grip wise, and it's sweet. just fits perfect. It gives you a little more reach to the trigger too. It does have the blue hex grip screws, and the custom decocker. Usually it'll come with the drum decocker, but this is their competition hammer, so they throw that on there. The CZC 85 CZ combat trigger, it's got no over travel screw. Some of them did have, or actually Cajun Gunworks, they put an over travel screw on theirs when they customize these things, and they'll set it for you. It does have a solid firing pin stop. It's got a solid trigger pin. It's got the CZ Custom extended firing pin, and they put a stainless steel guide rod on this with, I don't know if they're running different springs yet. It does come with two 14-round mags, and the standard paperwork. But so with all that, and they tune it, and fit everything properly. So I'll show you what it comes with. This is the stock pattern for the 5-shot group that you get at 25 meters. So that's how it came out of the box, stock. So after the CZ Custom, all the work, they do the 5-shot group again at 25 meters. So that's pretty much where you're going to see that extra $1,000 for this pistol come in. I mean, that's a hell of a difference for tightening up that group. I mean, this is, God, I wish I had a tape measure down here, but it's probably a 3-inch group at 25 meters, and this is maybe a quarter size, probably a 1-inch group. So yeah, that's a hell of a difference in accuracy, just the way they tighten this thing up. and you know, fit everything. But it is sweet. I'm very glad I bought it. I was gonna get just a regular CZ P01 and send it over to Cajun, but by the time I'd be done with that, you're looking at over $1,000 anyway, and without the grips. And I think they use the CZ85 trigger now, but I mean, it doesn't come with the sights. I think it does come with the hammer, but I mean, I got this for less than what it would have been, so I grabbed it, and it is just a pretty gun, really smooth, and the trigger on it is it's pretty crazy. So here's the double action, very smooth. Here's at full cock. So yeah, after decocking it is 8.5, and it's just smooth all the way through. Doesn't really hit a wall at all, it just breaks. And the single action is you got some travel to take up, and then it does hit kind of a wall. But when you're at the wall, it's basically like any of the best 1911 triggers I've ever had, and it is insane. The reset is a little out, but it's not far. This thing is, yeah, the reset on a double action. I mean, you're not going to really have it, but the trigger is sweet. That's definitely going to help with accuracy and follow-ups. It is decocker only. I don't know if CZ's making one with a safety. I would hope not. But this was made in 2016. It does have the NATO approval stamps on it, the NSN right there. So if you've ever read about their NATO testing on this pistol, it basically blew everything else out of the water. It had very few stoppages and thousands of rounds. And that's really what got me interested in this thing. And just been trying to hunt one down. But I mean, the fit on it, just fitting in my hand, it feels almost custom. It's nice and it's pretty skinny. It's not the the skinniest gun in the world, but I've definitely had a lot fatter pistol grips, and this one is just perfect. I mean, just a sweet pistol. But I'll break it down. So typical CZ fashion, you gotta line everything up, or line the two lines up, and take out. All right. So, and it does have it does ride in the slide. Slide rails are internal, and they are full length. That was another thing I always loved about these things. I do have a P09, but I wanted the full metal frame. This is a T7076 aluminum frame. It is 28.7 ounces unloaded, and it's pretty light, but I mean, everything in it has been fitted to the gun. Let's see. Here's the stainless steel guide rod. They do have the green spring in it, and I think there's a yellow spring and a blue spring also for different weights. But yeah, it's the green one, non-captured. The barrel, you can see that they did some grinding and fitting on it and polishing on the block, and it is very finely polished up on the feed ramp, and everything around here is polished. So anything that needed it, it definitely got it. Just a great you know, you can definitely tell they spent some time on this thing. Really great barrel. Barrel is 3.75 inches. No, total. So with whatever the round is hitting is probably 3 inches. All the milling on it's really great. You know, all this is really high polish. Just a great fit and finish on this pistol. You know, everything they do to it. Yeah, one day, the only thing I worry about is maybe trying to find a different sight for it. I know Heine does make a 3-dot for it, but I like these. I'll give them a shot. I mean, it is a self-defense pistol. It's not going to be a competition pistol. So it's nice. I do like how it comes all the way back to the rear of the slide, giving you a bigger sight picture, sight angle. And you know, the stock one, it's going to end right here. So you get another at least a ½ inch back for a sight picture. But really cool. This one is, you know, not marked Omega. They do have some new ones with the Omega triggers in them that are marked. Sorry, guys. Yeah. But yeah, so far, I mean, just playing with it. I gotta get it to the range, but really, just really great fit. It does have a little detent in the back of the barrel to capture the guide rod in there. It's not moving around at all. There's the firing pin safety. So overall, yeah, just a great gun. It is not, you know, some of the regular CZ P01s, they do have a decocker or a manual safety on both sides. This one does not come with it. There you go with the internal slides. It keeps the bore axis low, as low as you can really get it. But just putting this thing back together, you just tell how smooth the whole pistol is. Love it. Definitely love CZs, and you know, it's really fit to the frame really well. Matted. There's really, I'm not moving it at all. There's no wobble. Just get a tiny bit up front, but in the rear it's solid. So, if you guys got the money for one and you're interested in CZs, this would definitely be one to pick up. I had no problem spending the money on this thing, and probably just going to have to end up getting more of them. So, I'll do a range report on it soon. Just got to get some time out there. I'm going to be bringing it to Wyoming, so we'll have some cool videos of it out there, and I'm going to really just start shooting this thing all the time. And put as many rounds through it as I can, and I gotta see. I gotta contact CZ and see what I'll have to do once I shoot this barrel out. Yeah, I'll probably have to get a new one fitted to it, but you know, once you're spending money like this anyway, it really doesn't matter. I'm sure it'll be quite a long time before I do that. I probably shoot. I mean, right now I'm shooting around 1,000 rounds a month, but I want to get back into, you know, double, triple that. And not saying that this is the only gun that I'm going to shoot, but it's gonna try at least do 500 a month out of it. And you know, a couple years, few years, we'll see what happens. But I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks.